In a previous video, we looked at how you can get up to 20,000 yen in points to use for cashless shopping by getting a MyNumber ID card. This is through a campaign called mynapoints. That campaign is still going on. We've linked to our video about it in the description below. So maybe some of you have already gotten yourselves a MyNumber card in order to take part in this mynapoint campaign. If so, let us know about that in the comments. What we want to do in this video then is take a look at some of the applications and functions earmarked for the MyNumber card by the Japanese government in the near future. Before we get into all that though, thanks for your continued support of the City Cost Japan YouTube channel. If you like this video, click on that thumbs up button at the end. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click on that bell for notifications so that you don't miss when our next video drops. All right, let's get into this. We'll start off by taking a quick look at what you can do now with a MyNumber card. Well, you can join the MyNapoint campaign, get points, and go shopping with them. Also, MyNumber cards can serve as identification and confirmation of your individual number, the number given to you for social security and tax identification purposes. We all already have a notification card which details this number, but this card in and of itself generally does not constitute a valid form of identification. You might be required to present your individual number in situations that could include with HR at a place of employment, matters pertaining to childcare, when seeking medical treatment, claiming pension benefits, and during administrative procedures in response to natural disasters, among others. It should be noted that only those businesses and organisations stipulated by law have the authority to ask for, copy and store the information on a MyNumber card. Perhaps one of the more appealing benefits of holding a MyNumber card is that you can use it to obtain official documentation like residence and taxation certificates from a local convenience store. So you can skip the need for a time-consuming visit to your local government office in order to collect them from there. Another benefit, holding a COVID-19 vaccination certificate might make crossing international borders easier for the prospective traveller. The easiest way to get one is to apply for a digital version online or via smartphone application. However, you can only do this if you're in possession of a MyNumber card. The rest of us have to make a trip to the local government office to apply in person and later take delivery of a paper vaccination certificate. You can apply to use your MyNumber card in place of your health insurance card. You can learn more about that and the benefits of doing so in one of our earlier videos. The other quite significant thing you can do with a MyNumber card is connect it to a bank account. In doing so, apparently, you can more easily register to receive financial benefits like the 100,000 yen cash handout provided during the COVID pandemic. This could also be one of the more unappealing aspects of the MyNumber card, given that it comes with the prospect of the government being able to gauge your financial assets. Connecting a bank account to MyNumber is something actually that the government had considered making mandatory, but they eventually backed down from that position. But who knows if they'll revisit it again in the future. Okay, so what does the future look like for MyNumber card holders? Let's take a look. One of the earliest updates to look out for, we think, is plans to have MyNumber card functionality made capable on smartphones by the end of fiscal 2022. Primarily, this appears to mean being able to install the digital certificates that are stored on the card's IC chip, which are used as identification onto your smartphone. This will make it possible to submit various online applications from the device, perhaps rather than having to take the time to do so in person, say at a local government office. The government is also looking toward this function being able to respond to the needs of the private sector, online banking perhaps. Another proposed use of the MyNumber card we're keeping our eye on, potentially for sometime in 2022, is as ID at Japan's national universities. So maybe don't be too surprised if MyNumber card application promotions start appearing at your university if they haven't already. We've heard of universities, for example, where you can no longer use your student ID to take books out from the library. You need a MyNumber card instead. Also, we've heard of universities encouraging students to get MyNumber cards by offering incentives like gift vouchers that they can use at the university cafeteria. Also, by the end of fiscal 2022, in principle, all municipalities should have enabled a whole bunch of online procedures using a My Number card via the Minor portal. These include procedures related to childcare, particularly those procedures to do with receiving childcare allowance. Others include procedures related to nursing care and support for victims of disasters. And also car ownership, like stuff to do with automobile tax and registering your parking space. Further down the road, by the end of fiscal 2024, we might be able to integrate our driver's licenses into our My Number cards. This is with a view to decreasing the sort of cumbersome procedures that come with updating your driver's license. Under the current system, when you move house in Japan, what you have to do is register your move out of the original municipality of residence, and then once again register your move into your new municipality of residence. So in addition to that, then you'll need to change the address on your driver's license, which you need to do at the local police station at the new municipality where you reside. If driver's licenses are integrated into your My Number card, well, then when you officially sort of register your residence at your new municipality, that will automatically be updated in your driver's license, which is your My Number card, however that works. Given the connection between your driver's license records and the police, does this mean then that the long arm of the law can have a sift around in the other records that are attached to your My Number? Apparently not, but it's something to think about. You also wonder if this integration between My Number card and driver's licenses, how will that affect when you actually come to renew your license? If it means a reduction in the queues and the lectures, then it sounds like something that we can get on board with. The next potential update to My Number card functions will perhaps be the most eyebrow-raising among foreign residents of Japan. Integration with gaijin cards or residence cards. This is currently being eyed for sometime in 2025. Currently, the main connection between a My Number card and a gaijin card is that if you have extended your period of stay in Japan, an update to the information printed on your My Number card is required. Another visit to the local city office then, but we're guessing an integration of the two cards will at least perhaps do away with this particular necessity. Also, given the connection between My Number and your taxes, perhaps integration with a gaijin card will do away with the necessity to get your hands on tax certificates and other such documents when applying to extend, say, a spouse status of residency like I do. Could be good. The Japan Business Federation, a large and influential business lobby here in Japan known as Keidanren, sees the integration of My Number cards and gaijin cards as being a key factor in Japan being able to better welcome and support foreign workers. In a proposal for innovating migration policies and foreign resident policies for the year 2030, Keidanren writes, "Residence cards and My Number cards should be integrated as soon as possible, and data held by the Immigration and Residency Management Agency, the Ministry of Health, Labour and Welfare, local governments, etc. should be linked. This will make administrative procedures as efficient as possible." Roughly this time last year, we wrote an article on CityCost looking at the concerns raised over a smartphone application developed by the Immigration Services Agency of Japan that allowed anyone with the app installed to check the authenticity of residence cards held by foreign nationals. With the Residence Card Checker app installed, smartphones can be used to read and display information stored on the IC chip stored within residence cards to reveal whether or not the card has been forged. The developers of the app were apparently looking to protect employers from getting into hot water over hiring foreign workers holding forged gaijin cards. There were obvious and legitimate concerns raised, though, that the app could encourage discrimination, particularly as it was made available to anyone with a smartphone. According to National Police Agency statistics relating to organised crime in Japan, in 2019, prior to the COVID pandemic, 748 arrests were made relating to forged residence cards. Whatever you think of that number though, perhaps the integration of gaijin cards with My Number cards will make forgery harder. I don't know. But what if the authorities decide to develop another app to enable the public to check a foreigner's authenticity, this time through their My Number card? What other information will that give people access to? At the end of the day though, you can't help but feel that becoming a My Number card holder is almost going to be inevitable. So maybe it's better to just get one now, get some points and enjoy shopping with them. What do you think? Do you have anything like the My Number card system back home where you come from? How does it compare to the one in Japan? Let us know about that in the comments. And as always, thanks for your support of the City Cost Japan YouTube channel. Click on that thumbs up icon if you like this video, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.